the opportunity to say thank you and goodbye for what has been the most difficult yet most rewarding experience of my life. By constitutional design, we all hail from unique geographic backgrounds. However, through the will of the people, we are more diverse than simply Republicans and Democrats, or white collar versus blue collar. Scott DeAnda, and no, Sarah, not one of those stories, would often tell me that Marquette and Macomb have more in common than the rest of the state. I'm still not quite sure exactly what to make of that because I just found out yesterday that Scott never actually represented Marquette in any way, but I think I generally get the gist. We're redheaded stepchildren. In all seriousness, though, I hope all of you know through my actions and our interactions that I've always tried to put partisanship and credit aside to do what we collectively think is best for whom we have the distinct honor of representing and serving here at the state capitol. Along the same notion, and forgive me, Madam Speaker, but as the only male with 3 amazing sisters in my family, a niece turning 1 next month, and another arriving just days thereafter, I'm proud that our state has progressed enough to be led by statewide office holders who are all women. While we may certainly disagree on matters of policy and fundamental law for that matter, I hope their roles in our state will ensure my sisters, my nieces, and all women have equal opportunities to make the state even greater. In similar spirit, Speaker-elect Tate, I genuinely look forward to watching you become our first Black Speaker of the House of Representatives, albeit I'll be watching on House TV. Without question, there was nothing I loved more than serving as this body's chair of the Commerce and Tourism Committee. For what I thought was a doomed 6-5 committee with John Riley and Darren Camilleri became the most rewarding experience during my time in this chamber. In fairness, Darren, you along with Abdullah Hammoud, Senator-elect Cherry, you're the future of our generation in Democratic politics. And I'll include Yusuf in there once I get my hearing back from his outcries during his dissensions. Along with Leader-elect Hall and Rep. Beeler on my side of the aisle, I'm grateful knowing our generation is beyond well represented with articulate and educated leaders such as yourselves. Now to my geriatric colleagues, I'm kidding. Although I did embarrassingly forget one time that John Riley and I aren't exactly in pure generations. John Riley, thank you for making me work countless hours negotiating legislation with the other side of the aisle and making me a better legislator. I'll admit, I do not believe it is possible to match your drive, intellect, and dedication to principles. Thank you for always treating me with kindness and respect. As I reflect on my time in public service, what would appear to be so seemingly bittersweet, I certainly have regrets, as that clause, to the best of my abilities, can be really haunting. I lost my grandmother, who was my best friend, just a few days after being elected to this body. I lost my mother 18 months later, and I nearly lost my own life another year after that. However, as many of you know, I entered this chamber on portable oxygen, and truthfully, I did not think I would be speaking to you today. Just a few days ago, I was organizing some files and a card fell out. It was unopened. While I shouldn't be surprised, the note was from the caucus and read, "Steve, our whole caucus is praying for you to regain strength and to heal. We love you, and we're so glad you're back in caucus." And this was before you needed my vote, so thank you. To my caucus, thank you for being there for me, even though I struggled to reciprocate. I'm healthy. The medical community is not quite sure why, but I know in my heart that your encouragement made the difference. In closing, to serve the residents of my hometown of Harrison Township and portions of Macomb and Clinton Townships in this chamber is without question the highest honor ever bestowed upon me. I'm grateful to my constituents for knowing I always put my district first, even when it wasn't politically convenient or expedient. From working with 2 governors, political titans like Candace Miller and Mark Hackle, and serving alongside future senators, a member-elect of Congress, and a justice to our state's highest court, I can honestly say that I was blessed for these 6 years to walk with giants. Thank you to our House Sergeants for making us safe, our House Clerks, including Joy Brewer. Well, again, I don't believe I could ever say I had a legislative experience without you, Joy. You are my morning joy. And Clerks Randall and Brown, my wonderful team of Mary Kay, who put up with me for all 6 years and is up here in the gallery. And my legislative director, Ed, thank you for putting up with me as well. Thank you to my mentors and role models in my life, such as Rick Lance, Kendall Wingrove, and John Peerage. And thank you to the score of chairs I served under, and to our Macomb delegation for always looking out for our redheaded stepchild of a county. Thank you to my family and true friends like Jim Lauer, Clay Carpenter, Sean Calvert, Jake Haddad, Mike Diaski, and Phil Garvey, and my biggest role model and my hero, my father, who has been by my side and there for me, even when I didn't always know I needed him. Thank you, Dad. Lastly, I thank each and every one of you for all that you do day in and day out for the citizens of our great state, and I wish nothing but the absolute best in your future endeavors. Thank you, Madam Speaker.